my eye, I see this group of black people. I don't say anything. They don't say anything to me. I keep walking. Before I know it, I hear them. Like, I can hear them laugh and say things. I don't know what they're saying. I keep walking to the bus stop. Out of nowhere, they start throwing things at me.
Hey guys, it's your girl Cindy and I'm back again today with another gist. I trust you guys are having a beautiful and wonderful time today. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. So this white woman is trending on TikTok because of this video. Please, I just want you to stay with me because I'm going to walk you guys through these videos. This is a response video to a comment, in a video that she did responding to a black woman's video. Now, this black woman, I tried to find the original video, but I couldn't, see the video. But in that video, this black woman was asking black people to stitch her video and share a time they experienced a racism that they would never forget. Now, this white woman decided to, jump on this video, like to stitch her video. Basically, oh, this is the moment I've been waiting for. I'm going to share my own experience. Now, remember, the black woman asked specifically black people to stitch her video. But this white woman decided to stitch her video. I'm going to show you her video and, of course, the response video, which people are stitching. Please check this video out.
What's a racist encounter or experience that you had that you'll never forget?
I'm walking to a bus stop. It's 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe. And from the corner of my eye, I see this group of black people. I don't say anything. They don't say anything to me. I keep walking. Before I know it, I hear them. Like, I can hear them laugh and say things. I don't know what they're saying. I keep walking to the bus stop. Out of nowhere, they start throwing things at me. I don't turn around. They followed me to the bus stop. Before I knew it, they surrounded me. 2 of them grabbed my hands. They were holding my hands, and I don't even remember where it came from. And I got hit. That was not the only time they hit me. They kept hitting me and hitting me and hitting me. And all I remember was holding my face down and telling them, don't touch my face, because saying something about my pretty white face. So I kept my head down. It was bad. I got really scared when one of the guys pulled out a knife. He pushed it against my neck and he was just threatening me. He was very, very intimidating and I couldn't do anything. That was my experience with racism. So if you tell me black people cannot be racist to white people, think again. You know what's worse about this whole story? That I was 13 years old. I was a child. And this group of black people that attacked me, they could not have been older than 16. This is learned behavior, because how else do they know to hate white people except from their parents? Unless we don't change how we parent our children, racism is not going anywhere. So that was my experience. Hope that helps.
Okay, so this is her story, not my story, not your story, but her story. Stay with me. We are going somewhere. I just want us to, react to this video. Let's just do this reaction together. Okay. She said that, remember, she said they were holding her hands. And then the next thing, in the same story, she said she was hiding her face, basically. And she didn't say that she pressed charges. She did not call the police. It's not my story. It's her story, remember? Now, someone left this comment in the video that you just watched. The comment says, you probably opened your big mouth thinking nothing would happen because you are white. You got what you deserve. Good on those folks. Now, this is her response video. Check it out.
Dear racist black people, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, and I hope you listen and listen very carefully. Any other race, please stay until the end of the video because I have a message and a request for you. It's not white people tears. It is definitely not white victimhood. It is also not white fragility. You know what it is? It is white experiences, something that you don't want to listen to. So I'm going to make you listen to it. And if you don't want to listen to me, then listen to everyone else. I shared my experience. Nowhere in my video did I insult anyone, attack anyone, or offend anyone. And the first thing that you do, and by you, I mean racist black people, the first thing you do, you call me a liar, you demand proof, and you call me so many other things that I cannot even mention in this video. But you know what's worse? So many people shared their experiences, and not just the white people. And some of you had the nerve to go after them and call them liars and worse. Dear people, white and any other race, please touch my video and share your experience with racism, specifically with black people, because they're telling me my experience never happened and I made it up. They can try and silence me, but they can't silence all of us because it does happen. Racist black people can be extremely racist toward white people. There's no denying. Dear black people, I'm sorry if you're here and you had to listen to this. I hope you understand how frustrating and sometimes scary it is when we say something that happened to us because of our skin color and we're told we're liars and we're told to shush and we're told we're not allowed to talk about it. In my opinion, we should all talk about it because anyone can experience racism. The good people, we love you.
Now, before I proceed, please note that this video is for educational purposes only. It is not to bully anyone, nor harass anyone, but it's just to create awareness so we all can see and know what is happening on social media, especially on TikTok. I do not condone violence. I speak against racism here. I do not support violence again. Hear me out. Now, after watching her videos, I literally checked the comment section out and I was reading comments. People were telling her to bring her proof. Like people were asking. So it is unlike a white woman. Like she would scream, she would call the police, she would press charges. Nothing like that happened. She never mentioned any of these in her story. Now, this is why people were doubting her story, doubting her. People were asking her for proof. Now, she became defensive and she was offended, obviously. Now, she started, like responding few comments and people were coming for her saying that she was lying. Now, remember I said, it is not my story, it is her story. But I just saw the way people are bashing her, stitching her video. I decided to bring this video here. Let's just see the stitches and of course the comments would follow. I would love to know what you guys think about her videos. Check the stitches out.
Dear racist black people, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, and I hope you listen and listen very carefully. Any other
I honestly don't give a shit what she has to say. We already know that when it comes to this app, anti-blackness is profitable for a lot of people, and they will come on this app every now and then, every 4 months or so, when they're bored because they're pathetic and have no life outside of this app. So they believe they can only get any approval and any kind of, love from people that are just hateful human beings, that just don't like black people. We already know that those types of people exist. I am simply showing you who she is so that you can block her. Because again, people come on this app and they start beefs with black people. They know that they can grow followings off of anti-blackness. And if they get into interactions, negative interactions with black people, that will push them up in the algorithm so that they get pushed out to people that actually agree with them, that are just as anti-black. I find it odd in all of this lady's content, when she's talking about racism in this video, she's only targeting people that are the victims of this system that white people created, and their descendants, the ones that created this system, are still perpetuating it towards black people. And she has never called out white people for their racism. We just had Trump call people scum. Brown and black people that support Kamala Harris, scum. We just watched a Trump supporter tell a joke about Puerto Rico, calling it garbage. A floating island of garbage. A floating island of trash is what he said. Not one video on that topic, but you got vitriol. She has vitriol for black people, claiming that black people are racist. Dear racist black people is what she said. If you cared about actually dismantling racism, if she cared about actually dismantling racism, she would be calling out white supremacists, but she's not. And that is intentional, because she knows that it's going to be something that black people hear, and they're going to beeline to her video and start stitching her video and calling her all types of names. And I am telling you, I am imploring you, don't do that. Just block her. Block her right now. Block her right now. Because after this video, I won't say another word about her. I just wanted you guys to see who she was, so that you can block her, so that she doesn't grow a following off of your interactions. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Dear racist black people, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, and I hope you'll listen and listen very carefully.
Nah. No, I don't think I'll listen to you. I don't think I'll listen to anything that you have to say. Because once again, a woman who is the descendants of the creators and the purveyors of the caste system of race in this country is trying to tell the victims of that caste system what racism truly is. And I don't have to listen to that, nor do I have to acknowledge that you're even speaking about it. I don't. I'm sorry. You don't get what you want over here. See, people like yourself took half of a definition from Merriam-Webster and you ran your ass out here, and y'all have been screaming, moaning, piss moaning, and complaining that black people are being racist to you. Why? Because we're holding you accountable for your actions. That is what you guys perceive to be racism. Oh, let me talk about history. Oh, you're being racist to white people. Why? I thought you guys said that it was in the past. What are you offended about? Why are you all in your feelings? When we talk about things like these systems, the racial systems that were put in place at the beginning and the foundation of this country, every single one, well, not every one of you, just people that look and sound just like you get offended. What are you offended about? Ain't y'all always telling us to get over it? Why can't we tell you to get over your uncomfortability with race in this country? Brought to you in part by people that look like you and was inflicted on people that look like me. Why is this a problem? That's right. Because that part is called accountability. You see, Caucasian folks that look and sound like you have made a whole lot of new and inventive ways to avoid accountability. Cancel culture. I don't want to be canceled. I'll be canceled if I say this. No, you'll be held accountable. But since accountable has too many syllables and canceled only has one, you guys will go with that. But you are also the ones that want to stand in moral judgment of everyone that doesn't look like you and tell them that they need to be accountable for their actions. So why can't you? You can say some racist ass shit, and that means you saying some racist shit, not some, oh my God, he called me a snow insert an animal, and that I feel like I've been the victim of racism. No. You can say some racist ass shit, but you also expect to be able to say it without any consequences. I'm sorry. Oh, there's another one of those big words. Consequences. And we have been having this debate with you people for years now, and it's starting to become tiring. And thanks to your guy about to lose an election, hopefully we can get past this. But make no mistake about it, lady. You are not a victim of racism. At all. None. You are a white woman who wants to be able to get away with shit without ever being held accountable. You want to live in a world where history isn't taught to you so that you don't feel uncomfortable as if anybody asked you to. You want to be able to say any derogatory thing you can and want to a person from a marginalized community and never get that stuff thrown back in your face. So you use excuses like cancel culture and I'm the victim of racism to hide that. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You might think it does, but it doesn't. Because unless you want to take your ass back and stop the people who created race in America in the first place from creating race in America in the first place, stop trying to call black folks who call white people on their bullshit racist. You don't live in the time where you can just say and do whatever you want to without there being any accountability. There will be consequences for your words. The First Amendment means the government can't say anything to you. It does not mean that you cannot be ridiculed, called out on your actions, had your face paraded for saying or doing something racist, and trying to bring everybody else into your accountability, your consequences. Is not going to work. So you can be as indignant as you want to be. You can say and get all angry, but the facts still remain. There is no legacy nor history of black people racism towards white people. There is no systems put in place that are wholly, completely owned by black people that can be discriminatory or racist to you. You can live in a black neighborhood. It's a free country. Nobody's running you out. And I don't want to hear about the cousin that was standing next to a guy that was standing next to another guy who was standing next to a guy who was standing next to a guy whose sister moved into a black neighborhood and got ran out by the black people. That's a lie, and I'm not going to sit here and listen to it. It's called accountability. And if you do not like accountability, my advice to you is very simple. Don't do things to where you're going to be called into account for. You're not a victim of racism. You're a well-fed white woman in America who wants to be victor and victim at the same time. Don't feel bad. There's dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of you. And even other white people are calling you to account. Don't bring us into your accountability.
It could not have been older than 16. This is...
Disclaimer. I would never dismiss anybody's story about an assault that took in place, because that's just not right in and of itself. But I do call the question, who actually assaulted her? So it sounds to me, Miss Ma'am, you gave two different accounts and then in the end tried to merge it. So was you a grown woman or was you a 13-year-old? Because if you was a grown woman and some 16-year-olds, I'm sorry, no. And a 13-year-old and 16-year-old with a knife, again, no. I think what happened to you happened at your predominantly white or all white school, where you were either not the favorite or maybe one of the Heathers, and some jock or somebody who wasn't up to your level, or maybe you were being picked on, that was Tad, Brad, Chad, and Ethan. That probably did it to you. But you needed to make a story. And the reason why I'm saying this is because there's more than enough history, past and current, where black men and black boys have been taken out of here for looking. Just looking. Not even going to get into the part where there was a short conversation. Just looking. When Emmett Till was a boy and they took him in for just looking, they didn't even let his mom know what they was doing to him, and that they then decided to tie his body up to the back of their pickup and drag him until he fell apart. That old lady later on confessed that she lied. She fucking lied. She got to live her life and die the regular way. Another situation that actually had to deal with a family. Little black boy, little black girls. Where the little white girl lied to her own daddy to say whatever she said, which caused that black family to be harassed, be beat, have their house burnt down. They had to leave that night. While she's on her deathbed, she told that to her nurse. And the only reason why she told it to the nurse is because the little boy follows her to this day. At least, well, up until she passed away. That shit didn't even happen. She was mad that the little black girl had a better dress than she did. Right now, in 2024, if y'all bust a tear, it's a wrap for them. And a lot of times it's a wrap for us too. But you want to sit here, jump on my good sis post about a real situation to lie, to secure the white dudes who actually did this to you, because that goes on too, and say some black people did it, and you're talking about it must be the parents and the training. Who trained you? Because that's also in history. Men getting lynched because white girls said that they raped them. When it was their fathers. It was their father's friends. The sheriff of the town. The teachers in the school. Abuse was going on in the house. But amongst y'all don't deal with that. Y'all look the other way. And shorty want revenge, so she go ahead and lie. And that's what I think you're doing right now. You're fanning the flame of lying. What I'm going to need you to do is pick up your big girl white panties, like you hid your white pretty face, and go condemn your real accusers. Your justice is over there. Not in this made up story. Because had you did your history, you will realize that throughout, that's what been getting us. That's what been getting us taken out of here. Story after story after story. All lies. And this is what you want to say? Black men ain't even safe looking. You think they could get close enough to do that to you? God forbid, even the young ones know that. And even if it was to get to that point, you wouldn't be telling the story because they already know they're getting sent up. If you get my meaning. Y'all gotta stop. It's giving privilege. This is all that happened. You was exercising your white privilege. Like, I don't know what kind of delusion this is. You have the knowledge, you have the books, you have the videos, you have everything. If you're not proud of yourselves and your people and stuff like that, you can be proud, do something righteous. Because otherwise, it just seems like y'all with the shits. Yes, this happened. Yes, that happened. We have a system. It's a great system. It supports us. And yes, while it degrades every other person of color, especially black people and the people whose land this is that we now conquered and take over and stuff like that, that's no matter. As long as we keep putting up a front. Because that's what this is, a front. Like, pay attention to your surroundings. Really pay attention so you can see the real interaction. I mean, aside from y'all fetishizing, black skin and everything as food groups, any food group, good Lord. You know what I'm saying? And sexualizing them and stuff like that. That is, for the most part, the extent of y'all relationships with a lot of us. I'm sorry, you shouldn't have did this. Your real perpetrators is probably laughing at you right now. That you wasn't even brave enough to stand up for yourself, for real, and defend yourself about what actually took place. You blamed somebody else. Was that taught in your family? I think so. I don't know. There's history about that. Maybe it was. You need to go work that out. Get off of Good Sis page. Let real people answer the question. Again, not dismissing her assault, because I don't do that. Assault is assault at the end of the day. I'm just questioning who actually did it to you. The math is not mathing. Not at all. And the way you look in your big age, it don't make sense. I call BS. I call BS. I need you to go sit somewhere and think about this. Good day.
Carefully. Any other?
Anytime you see someone with this tone of skin open a video like that, know everything they say, they are playing victimhood regardless of what they say. Because black people cannot be racist, and I've gone over this a dozen fucking times. Black people can be bigoted, black people can be prejudiced. They cannot be racist. Racism is born out of a systematic power. Those that hold power as the majority race, working to suppress and unfairly treat those that are the minority races. In this country, this color holds nearly all positions in government and in business. The richest people in this country, the most powerful people in this country, we've all got this color skin. And there is a system in place that is made to keep it that way. There is a reason it is a massive shock that there is a black man that is an incredible threat right now to Rafael, aka Ted Cruz in Texas. Because Texas is set up to not allow that to happen. When a black man is sitting down enjoying a meal with a friend on the bumper of a vehicle and a police officer walks up to him with his gun already drawn because the tags on the van is expired, that's racism. When that same officer not only tases that black man for running in fear, but continues to tase him for 30 minutes after the man falls into the water, that's racism. When they refuse to give that man medical aid, that's racism. When he slips into a coma because of that, that's racism. A less violent one, as I've used before, is if I walk into a bank and I get a loan, and then a black man walks into the bank with a better credit score and better credentials than me and doesn't get a loan, that's racism. The fact that after all this time and supposedly being equal, there has only been one black president and 0 women presidents. That's racism and misogyny. Racism today is a system made to keep people under the boot of the dominant color. So dear white people who are racist, shut the fuck up. There's a reason. And maybe, if you learn the difference and started acting differently, they wouldn't treat you the way they do. Personally, I don't run into it. And I wonder why that is. Maybe because I know the fucking difference. Maybe because I act accordingly, knowing the difference.
Message and a request for you. It's not.
Okay, the only message that your video pushes is that you are very racist and you are trying to minimize the oppression black people suffer daily due to the color of their skin, where as your little example story that you pulled up had nothing to do with race. except for the person proving they just hate black people, so they gotta make up random fucking disgusting stories. You know, you need to do better and stop trying to silence black voices because you think that black people can be racist when they are just holding you accountable. It's not the same.
Couple of things. You're not talking to anybody, really, are you? Because you're talking to racist black people. They don't exist. And if you don't know why they don't exist, well, that's on you. But they don't exist, which means you're talking to an imaginary population. And given that you clearly don't know why, you're also talking out of your ass. As for race, there is only one race. The human race. Have the days you deserve.
And when I say this,
First of all, see-through Sally, there's no such thing as a racist black person. You really tried, though. Like, you gave it everything you had. I applaud the effort, but there's no such thing as a racist black person. Second of all, powdered milk. Don't touch us. Any of us, with your hand or anything else. I'm sorry, but you people are known for spreading plagues. I don't want to catch anything. Last of all, clanny McClansmen. If I were you, I'd be more worried as to why it is that white men cannot seem to keep their hands off of little children. Why they pose the biggest risk to children all across the globe. Now, until they prove that bubonic plague cannot be spread through a screen, I'm going to need you to put a mask on.
So I took some screenshots of comments, from her comment section. On your screen are some of these comments. Please pause to read if you want to. Now, I checked her page out. I checked, her entire page out. She is still making videos. Like, she has done a couple of videos responding to comments and stitches, to those that didn't believe her story. And then to those that, that said to her that black people cannot be racist towards, white people. She is still, angry and, defending her story, basically. But I saw the way people are responding to her video. I thought to share. I said to you, if you can, please go back and listen to her story. People are literally asking her for, like, okay, as a white woman, you were supposed to press charges as usual, but you never mentioned that. You did not call the police. You didn't say that you went to the hospital. And some people were like, okay, when you started the story, you said they held your hands. So how come, like, you literally covered your face and they were hitting you, and then one brought out, it is her story. Remember, I said that. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Because the question was for black people, but she decided to stitch the black woman's video just to, like, okay, this is my time to shine or something. But anyways, what you have to say about this video, let me know your take in the comments, and please remember to keep it respectful. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, share, comment, and of course, come back for another video. I'm gonna see you in my next one. Y'all stay blessed. Bye.